Have you ever woken up feeling like the whole world is against you, as if every little thing is determined to go wrong no matter what you do? That's exactly how little Aiden felt one morning when he tore through the house searching for his favorite toy car, only to find that it seemed to have disappeared into thin air. And in his frustration, he shoved the door open with too much force, kicked off his shoes so hard they slid across the floor, and shouted, "I hate everything today!" His voice cracked with anger and helplessness, and for a moment, the whole room felt as stormy as his emotions. Sitting quietly in his old rocking chair, Grandpa Sam watched him with calm, patient eyes, letting the moment pass before speaking. When Aiden finally stopped huffing, Grandpa said something surprising. "Aiden, I want you to go say sorry to that door, and to your shoes as well." Aiden froze and stared at him like he'd lost his mind, blurting out, "Grandpa, what? Why would I say sorry to a door? Or to shoes? They're just things." But Grandpa only chuckled softly and replied, "If you can slam the door in anger and kick your shoes because of how you feel, then you can choose to show kindness toward them too. Anger connected you to them for a moment. Kindness can connect you in a better way. If showing anger feels natural, then offering love should feel even more natural, because that's what truly makes you strong." Aiden didn't know what to say, so he simply stood there, the anger slowly melting into quiet confusion. Grandpa's voice grew gentler as he continued, "You see, anger is a kind of energy that reaches out and touches whatever it lands on. When you hit the door, you created a connection with it through that anger. But have you ever thought about the kind of connection you create when you act with love? If your actions can hurt, then they can also heal. If you can shout, you can also speak gently. If you can kick in frustration, you can also lift with care. The world doesn't change because we shout louder. It changes when we act with more love." Something about those words settled into Aiden's heart, like warm sunlight breaking through clouds. He realized that yelling hadn't helped him find his toy, and kicking his shoes hadn't made him feel any better. Taking a deep breath, he walked to the door, touched it softly, and whispered, "Sorry, door. I shouldn't have slammed you." Then he picked up his shoes, brushing off the dust, and said quietly, "I'm sorry for kicking you too." Grandpa stood and wrapped his arms around him in a warm hug, saying, "I'm proud of you. You didn't let anger be the boss today. You chose love instead, and that's real strength." They sat together on the couch as Grandpa continued, "Aiden, there's already so much shouting, arguing, and hurting in the world. People keep throwing fire at fire and wondering why everything burns. But the truth is simple. You can't put out a fire with more flames. You need water. And just like that, you can't stop anger with more anger. You stop it with understanding, gentleness, and forgiveness." Aiden nodded slowly, finally feeling the weight of the lesson settle inside him. "I'll try, Grandpa," he whispered. "I'll try to answer with love instead of anger." Grandpa smiled warmly and ruffled his hair. "That's all anyone can do. Try. And every time you choose calmness over shouting, kindness over frustration, forgiveness over pride, you help build a world that feels a little safer, a little quieter, a little more loving. Change begins with small moments like this." And as Aiden sat there, he realized that growing up wasn't just about getting taller. It was about learning how to handle the storms inside his own heart. If this story touched you or reminded you of the power of kindness, make sure to like this video, share it with someone who might need it today, leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to SoulForge Stories for more heart-touching lessons that help us grow, one story at a time.